Hey man, Tampa's pretty cool. I really like being here, and this place is just awesome.
You enjoying this so far?
Yeah, so far so good.
It's cool. Yeah, dude. I was actually when we were talking earlier, I was thinking about something you said, and it was something I dealt with a lot. And in our companies, one of the things that I've always had to do is I've had to be sure that I've been an expert at people's jobs before I hire them. It was something we did in the pest industry. And on my own business, I've got it, as we've gotten bigger, some of that's went away, but for the most of it, it's something I'm always thinking about. I mean, is that something that you guys ever think about up there?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's across the board in every part of this industry. You have to understand every role really well before you put somebody into it so that you could audit and inspect what you expect. Because the reality is if you don't actually understand how to do their job, number one, how are you training them? Number two, how are you making sure that you keep up on them? And number three, how do you know what to gauge their metrics on and if they're doing it right or wrong?
Did you find like or do you find like hiring the techs, like you find yourself almost over obsessing with like what they're doing and how they're doing it because because you know how to do the work so well?
Honestly, no. I give them
That's
some
great.
trust and try to let them do things their way with our system. So, when we started, our systems were really weak. Over time, they got tighter. One of the big things is just making sure that they're doing it safely. So long as they do it safely per supervisory instructions, it's pretty much cool. We give them a little bit of leniency to do things the right way. And then if it doesn't work out, we don't reprimand them for it. We just help them go back and fix it.
What about the CSRs? Like, I mean, for CSRs, like, do you find that you could do their job better than them sometimes, and then like you go crazy if they mess up?
Well, as the owner, you could probably do every job better than
Probably.
everybody in your head, at least so you think, right?
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
the reality is there's a lot of jobs that you just can't do as well as other people in the same breath. And I know that sounds like it contradicts because it kind of does, but um, the reality is you can't do everything. So you have to relinquish control in some areas. And as far as CSRs go, we've had problems with this in the past, um, where we know that it's supposed to look a certain way. We know the routes are supposed to be denser. We know that it's supposed to be tighter, and it's a struggle to try to train them on the way that we do it because we didn't have the right layout for them. So if you're not setting them up for success, how are they supposed to be successful?
Yes. You. So that's really helped you a lot, and
Oh my God.
not obsess
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, to not obsess over it and just give a little bit of grace and leniency in the process because it is challenging.
I would tell you, man, it was probably the biggest thing I struggled with because I hated doing the CSR job, and like, I would just I would go, I've got to learn it, got to learn it, got to do it, got to do it. And I remember the very first time I was in my office and I was taking like 75 calls in the day, and it was like
Yep.
this, and I'm like,
Oh my
oh, I've
God.
just got to be the best. I've just got to be the best.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's hard to give them control and like let them do things their way and still do it per your system. But um, I think what I found is, especially coming from the field, right? I come from the background of doing this every day. I don't come from an office background. So when I'm sitting there and I now have to take over that role, which I just had to do very recently again, which was a problem, right? Because we had to sort through some things with our team. But I've done it before where I had to take over the role of everybody, and it's super challenging and overwhelming for somebody that is very good in person, very good in the field, very good at selling, but is not very good at that day-to-day office work,
Yeah.
right? Like to me, that's like a nightmare to take on. It's a huge undertaking. I'm sure guys in the field will relate to this because, you could do a million jobs a day. You could work 12, 14 hours, but if you do 10 hours of office work and somebody else could do it in six or five, maybe, right? And you might do it better in theory, but it might take you 10 times as long.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I can tell you this. It's like 12 o'clock here. Like, we should probably go grab some lunch. You want to?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's go over there, man, grab some lunch.
Cool.